Well, so first off, guys, get the hard question out of the way. Where did no rules come from?
You or me, Wick, either
Either
or.
one, who made it up. I
Well,
feel like Lyle, you've been posting it a lot.
I
well,
would say it came from actually Casey Opitz. Opitz, there's I forget what commercial it is. I want to say it's the Little Caesars like pizza commercial. The guy runs in
yeah.
there, takes his shirt off. There's no rules, and they yell at him. There's only one rule, and I forget which game it was, whatever it was. We started yelling it in the dugout, and next thing you know, I think it was a blowout game that we won, maybe a midweek game or whatever it was,
Yeah.
and it kind of just stuck. And I thought it was hilarious, and then started throwing it out there, and then bang, here we are.
That's actually hilarious because I was thinking it would be like some serious story, but to know it
Oh
came from a
no.
pizza commercial makes it even better. So Patrick, I guess we'll start with a question for you. Just what happened with you going into the season and trying to battle your way into becoming one of Arkansas's starters?
So, I mean, you guys probably already know him and Dad, that whole speed. Didn't throw well beginning of the fall, beginning of the spring. So, like, I'll sit here and tell you I don't think I earned a starting spot. I didn't throw it all first week. Then started coming out of the bullpen a little bit, and it was like Alabama weekend. It was the first game. So the day before, I had the COVID vaccine, and like that whole night felt awful. Next morning, just trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm like, I mean, I might pitch, but it probably won't be until later, so I'll be good. Then whatever inning it was, I think the second or third, we were down 12-1 at this point on Friday night, and Coach House goes, "Hey, go get hot. You're in the game." So went down, warmed up, and like, everything just kind of clicked there for me. I mean, threw 5+ innings there, and after I came out, Hobbs goes, "Hey, you got to start next Friday," and everything just kind of took off from there. I mean, as simple as that sounds, that's realistically what happened.
Okay, and then Lyle, what was it like for you coming in as a newcomer and working your way into the rotation?
I mean, it was awesome. I came in and had a pretty good fall. My whole thing was to come here, be consistent, and be the fifth year guy that goes out there and just puts up solid zeros time and time again. And had a good fall going into, I want to say it was right when we got back here in the spring, the first few workouts. It came down to, I think, the last inter squad game for them deciding the Sunday roll. I threw well, got the text, I want to say the day after that last inter squad game that I had the Sunday job, and then went from there.
And while we're talking about you doing well, that SEC tournament game that you had, it was nearly perfect. Walk me through that game and what you were feeling out there on the mound.
So I think it kind of all started once we got to the field. We were warming up on a backfield, and I think the game before us went into extras, and we were on the TV schedule. And so our game was slotted. I can't remember what the exact times were, but we got kind of stuck in a shorter window than usual. So we get to the field, getting off the bus, going in the tunnel. Hobbs comes up to me, he goes, "Hey man, like shortened routine, you got 37 minutes." Versus I think I usually take around an hour and a half. I start like the whole routine, stretching and everything. He goes, "All right, you got your 37 minutes. You're on the game mound going." So I was like, "All right, take the pre-workout, take everything, get it going, take the ibuprofen, start getting everything moving." And in my bullpen leading up to it, I was throwing, and I was like, "Man, the arm feels great. Everything feels good. It's just the location wise, I don't know if it's all there." So this might be one of those days where you throw it down the middle and hope they play a great defense behind you and don't walk too many. And then it was kind of going through my mind, went 3 up, 3 down the first 2 or 3 innings. And I was like, all right, like we got something here. Let's try and go 5. And the offense kept putting up runs. And the 5th inning came around, and we had that 11-run lead, and we were doing the 7 inning run rules. So once I came out there in the 6th or 7th inning, I was like, oh, we got a chance at a perfect game here. That last guy comes up to hit. I think he jumped on first pitch fastball, hit it in that 6 hole. And I was just praying he tripped, did something coming out the box. I look over, he's on safe, he's on first safe, and then goes from there.
Well, the SEC tournament ended well for you guys. So what was it like for you guys to celebrate out there on the field after winning the program's first ever SEC tournament? I don't know if Patrick, you want to get us started with that.
It was actually really cool because my freshman year when we were there, I mean, we played Ole Miss twice, so it was like, all right, we could just face someone new here. Um, but yeah, no, just being able to be around the guys, hold up that trophy. I mean, SEC is arguably the hardest conference in the league in the country. So just being able to like win it during season and then just go through the tournament and win. I mean, it's hard to describe how it really feels. I mean, it's just a really cool feeling.
And Lyle, what about you?
I mean, for me, I won the conference tournament in the American with Houston. And I mean, that's in front of only so many. And then I think the flyover and everything like that, being at the SEC conference tournament, I actually remember Hobbs coming up to me, called me to the side. He goes, remember this feeling? Because this is kind of what it's like postseason baseball, like every single game from now on. And I was like, man, if it's flyovers and 20,000 every game, man, I signed up for the right gig here. And then we win the whole thing. I mean, couldn't ask for too much more, especially beating Tennessee, which was that was a fun little thing to do on top of it. But it was really awesome.
I was about to say, Lyle, are you happy with the decision that you made coming to Arkansas?
Oh, absolutely. My mom still gives me a hard time about it that I'm not in purple and gold, but man, there's something about playing here. And I told her, and she's kind of accepted the fact of her coming to games here. She 100% gets why this place is so special, because I couldn't explain it to her enough. Can't explain it to friends and kind of everything that goes on here, what makes this place what it is and how truly special it is, not only to wake up and go to the complex that we have and the facilities and everything that's given to us, but I think what makes it head and shoulders above everybody else is the fan base. I mean, whenever I saw fans lining up the moment we left practice or moment we won whatever game it was to start camping out, I was like smiling ear to ear. I'm like, I drove past the line, it seemed like 8 times just to be like, this is no way. There's no way people are camped out for this right now. And so that to me, the fan base and everything that they kind of live and die with the program, that's what I think makes this place truly amazing.
And Patrick, what about you? What do you think makes Arkansas so special?
I mean, obviously the fans, but on top of that, it's like you have the whole state behind those 9 guys on the field. I mean, I still remember my first game. I mean, against I think it was like Eastern Illinois, like kid from California, no one's really heard of. I come out and then like the whole crowd's going crazy, and it's just been like that ever since. Um, but when they opened up to full capacity against Florida, I remember standing in the outfield and seeing all those guys run in. I'm like, that's what I missed. Like I missed watching those guys run in to get the front row in the hog pen. But just being able to hear the roar of the crowd. I mean, with Charlie's home run, like I was in the bullpen. I couldn't even talk to Nolan, who was like 2 feet away from me.
Yeah.
So just being able to have that fan base behind you, and not just the however many people are there, it's the whole state. And I mean, that's what separates Arkansas from the rest of the country.
And by the way, can we talk about Charlie Welch's home run? I don't know which one we want to talk about, but let's start with the Nebraska one. I think, was that the one, Lyle, where you were sitting up going like this, or was it the other one?
No, it's that one for
Okay.
sure.
What was that moment like?
I mean, I've never been in a baseball moment that cool or that special in my life. And I mean, we were all there. I think it was 3-2. We just took the lead and whatever the case was. And we were like, man, it's 2-0. Like this is about to be, I mean, this is a hitter's count if I've ever seen a hitter's count. And once you heard it go off the bat. And then after that, you couldn't hear a thing. And at that point, it's just arms go up. I'm on the rail hanging out, just kind of something clicked in my mind at that moment, like just take this in. So got up on the rail, arms up, and I'm looking around. I'm like, this is madness out here right now. Like this is as special as it gets. I go, you're never going to get this atmosphere until you're in the big leagues and playoff baseball, possibly not until like wild card games, World Series, whatever it is, but you're getting this at Baum Walker in a regional game. And Charlie Welch just hit a jack to send 13,000 people to lose their mind. I was like, this is special.
Hey, I'd agree. I was actually at that game too, and I was like, this is quite possibly the loudest I think I'd ever heard Baum-Walker Stadium. That was wild. Um, but also just coming from Houston, was this everything you expected it to be, Lyle?
I mean, this is everything I could have asked for, because I remember having the phone call with Coach Hobbs, and he asked me, he goes, what are you looking for in your next school? And I go, first off, I want to win. Second off, I want fans that actually show up to the games. And then third, I want to develop as much as I can in 1 year setting. He goes, well, we just checked off all three of those boxes as number one in the nation. I was like, don't really have to sell me too much more. Got on another phone call, boom, I'm here. And then it's kind of all downhill from there. But man, when I originally got here, I was like driving through the woods. I was like, I don't know what I'm getting into. And then I hit the tunnel. I think everybody knows the tunnel. Once you come through the tunnel, it's that home stretch. Everything starts looking a whole lot better. Get to Fayetteville, and I'm like, man, all right, this place is cool. Going through the fall, man. I mean, the season and everything, man. It was awesome. I can't ask for much more.
Hey, I'm from Houston too, and I was thinking the same thing on my drive. So, Patrick, though, we don't fully know what's next for you, but have you achieved everything that you wanted to during your time so far at Arkansas?
Other than a natty, yeah. Don't get me wrong, going to Omaha in back-to-back years would have been really cool. But I can't ask for anything more here at the university. Coach Hobbs, Coach Van Horn, Coach Thompson, even they've done everything, then some for me. I mean, I give Coach Hobbs a huge credit for my success. I can't thank Coach Van Horn enough for like allowing me to come to this program, especially basically halfway across the country. So just being a Razorback, I mean, it's not just a school, it's not a university, it's basically a lifestyle. I could sit here and tell you I want to bleed Razorback red until the day I die now. So just being a part of this program and everything we've done this year, I mean, it's been incredible. I'm pretty sure at least all the guys on the team, like whenever I get married, I told them they all got the invite to the wedding. It's more than it's a family, and I just can't thank the state of Arkansas enough for everything they've done.
And I also have to bring up there's the picture of you sitting on the mound after the loss the other nights. What were you doing out there? What were you thinking about?
I just kind of sat down and like soaked it all in one last time. I just looked at home plate. Like I see OP there, I see the umpire, I see all the fans. I just kept looking around. I was like, it possibly could be over. Like, I mean, you guys, Lyle walked up to me. I said, can I just be a college baseball player for the rest of my life? Like, this stuff's fun. Like, it's real fun. So it was tough, but I just felt like it was the right thing to do. Just one last time on the mound in uniform, because I don't know if it probably could have been my last game there.
Debate. Is DVH the GOAT?
Yes.
And why?
I don't know if there's much debate. That guy, he watches baseball, knows baseball. It seems like, I mean, he has a knack for doing everything in the right situation at the right time, and it just seems like he does not miss.
You don't achieve what he's achieved not knowing the game and not pushing the right buttons.
By the way, what was it like for you guys to watch Kevin this season and just be so dominant after literally everything that he's gone through the past several years? Lyle, if you want to start.
I'll start it just because this is my only year that I've seen Kevin, and I've heard the stories of Kevin like in previous years, but going off of this year, going into the fall, it was just like, all right, Kevin's like good, but I don't think anyone expected Kevin to do what Kevin did all year long. I mean, anyone can have a good outing or two within the season, but man, to watch him do it day in and day out, especially as a reliever who's hot, it seems like every single game day. I mean, the way that guy prepares, the way that guy goes about his business each and every day and his routine and how well he locks it in day after day and comes to the ballpark just ready to go and focused in his mentality was something, even as a fifth year guy and Kevin being an older guy also, you can kind of take notes on that all day, every day, because what you're watching is truly, to me, it's the best baseball performance I've seen in my entire life. And we would kind of joke about it. It's like, this might be the best baseball season anyone's ever had in college baseball ever, just because it's so special and such a unique situation to where he's not blowing you away with anything that's 100 miles an hour or anything nuts. It's like he's coming at you with 88 to 94 and the cutter, whatever that pitch is, whatever he wants to call it, that thing. And it's just getting guys out left and right, and they know it's coming. And he's doing it not once a week. He's doing it, it seems like 2 or 3 times every week, whether it's a midweek save or a Friday and a Sunday. He's just consistently doing it 3 times throughout a week.
And Patrick, how was it for you?
It was really cool to watch because just knowing who Kevin is, what he's been through, and just like most importantly, who he is as a person. Like, no one deserves that more than Kevin. Yeah, I see him on the outside. You see him signing all these autographs, but it's like he's had Tommy John. Last year he wasn't the best. He wasn't the best at all. So seeing him do this year, I mean, it was really incredible. It was just one of those things, like, you just got to sit back and watch. Like, against in Nebraska when he threw those 7 innings, I was playing catch. I was like, I'm not going to this game. Like, I'm not going to this game. This is Kevin's game. And I think what really took off for Kevin was a Mississippi State game when we had that rain delay and he went back out and he just got better. And we're just like, this is where it all started for Kevin. And the whole beet juice thing, like, hey, whatever gets him going. But just kind of sitting back and watching it is really cool. We like Lyle said, we're not going to see another season like this in college baseball.
And someone else who I think has surprisingly flown under the radar in terms of like recognition was Casey Opitz. So can you guys talk a little bit about him and what he meant to the team this year? Lyle, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Like, again, I mean, so I committed here, and I remember like the draft was still coming along and we were kind of waiting on that. And then I remember Opitz, because I was kind of keeping up with all the guys here and all the key pieces, I guess, if you want to say. Hobbs calls me after the draft once Opitz declared he was coming back. And Hobbs, only thing he says on the phone call, we just got a whole lot better. Because Opitz was coming back to school. And I was like, all righty, cool deal. Get here. I think it took me maybe 2 times throwing with Opitz. And I was like, okay, this is special what you're throwing to. You're getting your strike zone. You're playing with a different strike zone with Casey Opitz behind the plate. And you also were playing with a guy that no one seems they want to run on unless you as a pitcher are making the mistake. I mean, Casey's not going to be the guy that they're running on. They're running on the pitcher 100%. So I mean, if you even give him a chance, he's going to return. He's going to save you 9 times out of 10, it seems like. I mean, gives you a different strike zone. You can't ask for too much more, puts his body on the line for you, and keeps guys right where they are, and they're not getting the extra 90 feet. And I mean, as a leader, the guy, he might be more of a silent leader. Like, y'all won't hear it as much, but man, the little verbal cues he gives you behind the plate as a pitcher, if you're struggling a little bit and he's still telling you your stuff's doing the right things, you're just, here it is, here's your little tips and everything like that. I mean, that goes a long way with a guy behind the plate that's kind of in the dogfight with you the whole time.
And Patrick, what about you?
I mean, like Lyle said, it's a whole new strike zone. It's a new level of confidence. Because I mean, you guys probably see it on the camera all the time when he just gets so excited after a punch out, or like after a good pitch, you see him giving the thumbs up. It gives you a whole new sense of confidence. And he's been our leader since he took over the starting role. He just has a knack for the right thing to say and how to get you locked in and just be more confident in who you are and your stuff. and like it's helpful as a pitcher. And like Lyle said too, no one wants to run on them. So if they're still in a bag, it's on you on the mound, not Opie. It's on you. So it just kind of forced you to be better just for him to give him a chance.
So what's next for both of you after now that the season is done? Lyle, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll start. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I enjoyed my time here. We'll see what goes on. Hopefully draft workouts and someone throws me a plane ticket at this point. But, if not, we'll see where the chips fall. Just keep going and we'll see.
Patrick?
Hopefully I get the right amount in the draft next month, and hopefully I start younger